Hello everyone and welcome back to another short. In today's short I thought we would discuss these three LRs, that being Grimoire, Hauser and Gilthunder, the three new collection book LRs. They're not really LRs, as you can tell by their symbol, it's different to all the other LRs. They are more of just like we've slightly updated the character and boosted their stats, but we're still going to classify them as an LR because they've had some sort of boost, which is okay, and I thought I'd be ranking them today and going over what they do. Firstly, we'll go over what they do. So we got Grimoire, who hasn't really had much of a change. All he's really had is a slight multiplier boost. This is all the same. His stance has also had, I'm pretty sure, a very, very minuscule boost, if not much at all. His ultimate's had a slight defense boost on both the combined and the normal, and his passive, all he has gained is a 10% all-stat boost. When it comes to substats, he has gained quite a decent amount, mainly in the defensive department, because he is a more defensive character, which makes more sense. And that's really about it. His attack-related stats are still horrendous, even though they have been buffed. Pierce rate is still low, but as you can see, his defense-related stats are actually quite good, and more or less on par with your modern sort of SSR character nowadays, which isn't bad. Now on to Hauser, which has had this heavily increased. This was 6%, it's now 18%, which is crazy. These two skills have just had slight multiplier boosts, and so is this one as well. That's a common trend. On to Gilthunder here, so he's had a slight multiplier boost. The damage reduction on the stance has been slightly increased for all stages. I believe it's gone up by 10%, that's also gone up by 10%, and this has also gone up by, I believe, about 10 or 20%. And now he also has one of the highest multiplier ultimates in the game, his combined ultimate doing over 1400% damage. Of course, it's still not going to be that good, but he's still a boost. And his passive hasn't changed apart from they've given him an all-stat boost of 10%. And he's also had a more defensive boost on his build, more of it actually better. I would say he's got a little more crit defense. He has lost a little bit of resistance, but that's okay. I've got to mention Hauser also had a more offensive boost, as he's got a more offensive kit and a lesser defensive, as you can see there. Defense isn't still too bad, but you can see he's got more offense than the other two. Now going off how I would rate them, Hauser would have to be number 1. Human booster, just generally quite good. You can use him as support if you desperately need to. 18% basic stats, it's really good for humans. Gilthunder number 2, solely for Chaos PvP, which we should see probably either end of this month sometime or next month sometime with a possible collab, of course. And then I'd put, sadly, Grimoire last, solely because his passive still doesn't really do much. Like, in attack boost, he's not going to be a DPS, he wants to be a taunt, and that's where Gil really comes in handy, because he boosts his own resistance, his relic boosts his resistance, and he's got a taunt as well. But anyway, that's it. Let me know your thoughts on these LRs in the comments.